princess for a day. Jane, come see what I made, yelled Jane's mom from the backyard. Jane, stop it outside. Her mom was an inventor. She had built a catapult and was using it to launch piles of dirty clothes into the laundry room. Wow, said Jane. That is so cool. Jane examined the catapult. Every bolt, hinge, and lever was expertly polished. Would you like me to show you how to build a catapult? Asked Jane's mom. Could we play princesses instead? Jane replied. Sure, said Mom with a smile. She knew she wouldn't be able to change Jane's mind. Jane loved playing princesses. It was her favorite thing to do. Jane ordered dressing up in pretty outfits and having tea parties. Jane wished more than anything that she could be a real princess. The next morning, Jane woke up feeling like she slept on a cloud. She rubbed her eyes and looked around. This was not her room. This was not her bed. And this was definitely not her house. Jane was in a castle, and she was a real princess. Her wish had come true. Jane began her first day as a real princess by putting on her royal gown. There were so many layers and ties. It took 30 minutes just to put it on. Once dressing, Jane went to the drawing room where the other princesses were having tea. Pinkies out, princess, said the queen. Tea was actually pretty boring. Do you ever talk about anything other than prince? Jane asked another princess. Of course, the princess replied. We love talking about each other's dresses. Jane looked outside. Knights dressing in armor were off to fight dragons. Can I go too? Asked Jane. Of course not, laughed another princess. We don't fight dragons. We brush our hair. Jane and the other princess brushed their hair 500 times. Jane was so bored. Suddenly, the queen burst into the room. The king has been kidnapped, she cried. What shall we do? All the knights are off fighting dragons. Come on, Jane yelled to the other princess as she grabbed the sword. We have to save the king. But the other princesses were too afraid to follow Jane. Then I will do it alone, declared Jane. She jumped on a horse and raced toward the evil troll's fortress. Through thick forests and steep hills, Jane finally reached the tall gates of the fortress. When the troll saw Jane, he laughed. I kidnapped the king. And they sent a princess? Laughed the troll. Fools! Even the bravest warrior cannot get past my gates. How can a little princess? The evil troll laughed again and slammed the gates shut. Jane took a deep breath. She needed a plane. All that tea drink and her brushing wouldn't help her now. Jane's mom would know what to do. That's it, Jane thought in her head. Jane pictured her mom loudly catapult. Jane used her memory to build her own out of wood and branches from a willow tree. Jane climbed onto her catapult and launched herself over the wall. She landed on the other side and growled at the troll. "Let the king go," Jane said, raising her sword. "But how did you get past my gates?" begged the troll. "No one ever has." "Let's just say I wasn't brushing my hair," Jane said. Just then, Jane heard a voice coming from the other side of the gate. It was the other princess. "We're here to help," said the princess. Jane and the troll watched in wonder as the princess shot a giant barrel of hot tea from Jane's catapult. The barrel flew high up into the air and landed with a great splash on the evil troll's head. With the help of the princess, Jane freed the king and returned him safely to the castle. The queen embraced Jane and thanked for her bravery. "Where did you learn to build a catapult?" asked the king. "From my mom," answered Jane. "She has the coolest job ever." The other princess asked Jane to teach them how to use swords and build catapults. Some princesses even changed into pants. The next morning, Jane's mom woke her with a kiss. Jane was back in her own bed. "What would you like to do today?" asked Mom. "Want to play princesses?" "Nah," said Jane. "Will you teach me how to build more things?" Jane asked. Her mom smiled. Jane's opinion about being a princess changed in the story. Why? How does Jane change other people's mind too? What does being a princess mean to you?